Okay, now to check for 0 degrees pitch and overall pitch range. And this is where you need your pitch gauge. So just gonna take it and snap it over the end of the blade, like that. And then what you want to do is you want to line up the top of the pitch gauge with the fly bar. And you can move the pitch gauge there. And it's got a little readout here so you can take a reading. So what you want to do is you want to make sure when you're going to idle up at mid stick, you want to have 0 degrees pitch. So what you do is you line that up, and let's see here. And once you get it lined up, you can just take a reading. And if you've got to go through and adjust your links, adjust the longer one there to bring the pitch down or up. And do that for both blades. And once you're sure you got 0 degrees pitch on both blades, then you can check for your overall pitch range. And that is when you go full stick, just see how much pitch you have. And then if you got, say if you have 7 degrees pitch and you want more, then what you're going to do is go into your swash mix menu. Okay, and for my pitch it's positive 60. So if I want more pitch, all I'm going to do is I'm going to increase that. Go from 60 to 70, up to whatever the max pitch that I need, or that I want. So that's how you set your max pitch range. And you check, just check both blades. Make sure you got 0 at mid stick and make sure your max pitch ranges are the same. And once you're all set with that, okay, quick note about tail servo direction and gyro direction. Start off with tail servo direction. Easiest way to make sure your tail servo is going in the right direction. When you go left rudder stick, you want your pitch slider to go towards the right. When you go right rudder stick, you want your pitch slider to go towards the left. Alright, now for tail servo direction. Gyro direction. To make sure your gyro is moving in the proper direction, what you need to do is with your helicopter like this, when you jerk your tail towards you, you want to see your tail servo try to push the linkage backwards. Now, if you see your tail servo pulling the linkage forwards, just go into your gyro, reverse your gyro to make it so that when you jerk your tail towards you, that you see the linkage push backwards. And then you'll know your gyro's moving in the right direction. Okay, now there's 2 other things that I like to adjust to my transmitter before I go out and test hover my helicopter. And they are the pitch curves and throttle curves. So I need to change the throttle curve for stunt mode so that, because what it is, the way it's set from the factory is for stunt mode it just looks like this. That's not what you want. For stunt mode, you want it to look like that. You want a nice little V pattern. This means that at low stick, you're at 100% throttle. Mid stick, I'm at 80% throttle. And then at full stick, I'm back up at 100% throttle. This is in stunt mode. And then I also changed the pitch curve just so that in normal mode, when I start spinning up the helicopter, it's not spinning up with the blades at full negative pitch. You don't want to do that. When you're spinning up the helicopter, you want the blades to have 1-2 degrees negative pitch, just so the helicopter doesn't start bouncing around. But you don't want it to have full negative pitch, because that's just going to be, wearing on the motor, because it's trying to spin up, and then it's got all this extra drag from the blades being at full pitch, that it's just going to make the motor work harder than it needs to, and can shorten the lifespan. So that's what I changed that to. So those are just like starting values. When you actually go through and test it, you're going to go through and tweak all these values, but those are just kind of good starting points. So now I'm going to get ready to go do some test hovering. Okay, first test hover, the HK500 GT. I don't have the canopy on there because, if you guys remember, it was broken during shipping. So, no canopy, but let's see what we got here. I'm sure I'm going to have to do some kind of adjusting. I need to check blade tracking and stuff like that, but let's see what we got. This is all stock. I haven't upgraded anything on this kit yet, and I'm sure I'm gonna. Got a pretty good wobble there. Pretty good tail vibration there. Definitely got to adjust the gain on the gyro. Got to figure out where that vibration is coming from. That's bad. Oh, the blades aren't tracking. That's okay. Maiden hover. It's to be expected. That's okay. I just want to hover it here for a little bit, let everything kind of work in. I'm going to bring it back in, go through the kit, see if I can't track down this vibration. But just run through the kit again. Pretty quiet. Everything seems to be working properly. That's cool. A little bit more testing and tuning, and then she'll be ready to go in the Apache. Alright, all in all, I'm happy. It's definitely good. So a little testing and tuning, but you know, I'll do that later. So, well, I hope you guys like this build guide, and we'll talk to you later.